Hi everyone, in today's video let's see our Spring project structure. Maven provides a standard directory structure. Let's look into it in detail. So this is the directory structure. Here you can see SRC main Java. If we open it, we can see packages, and in packages we have classes. This is the place we have our Java source code. And we have our resource directory. In there we have static, templates and application properties. Static folder is used for web static content like CSS, JS, etc. And template folder is a place where you can put all the Timeleaf templates. Timeleaf mostly used to generate HTML view for web, and we'll get to know about them while practicing in the coming videos. And application.properties, here we can change our port number, database connectivity and all of that. For example, in the previous video we executed our application on port number 8080, which is default, and now we don't want it to run on 8080. We can change that in application.properties. For that, simply write server.port equal to, for example, 8585, save, Ctrl S, run it again. See, now it's running on port number 8585. There's also a SRC test directory. This is to test the application mentioned in the SRC main Java and JRE system library. Here we have all the libraries of Java and JDK. You can see here. And we also have Maven dependencies. Here we have different types of jar files which are required for our application. We can see here. For this application in Spring Initializer, we simply added Spring Boot Starter web dependency. So Maven automatically downloaded all the jar files which are required for our application. And SRC main, we will use this while developing a web application. And target, in target folder we have our packaged files like war file. We can also deploy that file from here, and we'll look more about it practically in the coming videos. And help.md, it's just for documentation URLs. And you can also see mvnw and mvnw cmd. These both are related to Maven, whether we are using correct version or not. If not, it will download correct Maven version automatically. The main aim of these two is to simply allow you to run a project. If you got an error like this on your screen too, just make sure it changes to HTTPS and save it. And now pom.xml. POM means project object model file. Like it's a configuration file for your project. Here you can see Spring Boot Starter Parent, which means it provides default configuration for our application. In pom.xml we have three contents. The first one is project metadata. Here you can see group ID, artifact ID, version name. These three coordinates have to be there in project metadata. Let's just assume group ID is like your company name and artifact is like your project and version is like the version which you are using. And the second one is dependencies. In dependencies we only need two coordinates, group ID and artifact ID. Version is optional here. And for this simple Spring application, we only added Spring Boot Starter web dependency in Spring Initializer, as you remember. And the third one is plugins. In plugins also we have group ID and artifact ID. The main aim of the plugins are used to run our application easily. Yeah, that's it. This is how a basic Spring application project structure looks like. It is a standard directory structure, which means whether you are using IntelliJ, Eclipse or Spring, the structure remains the same. So in the coming videos, we'll talk about some more concepts of Spring. Thanks for watching.